Viewing ancient monuments from the air, I had another unique experience in store for me. A chance to pilot a canal boat up the Kennet and Avon Canal. Dan operates the Rose of Hungerford, a traditional canal barge or narrow boat. Constructed in the 18th century, the Kennet and Avon Canal stretches 87 miles from Bristol to Reading. It was an important trade and communications route stretching 87 miles from Bristol to Reading. Prior to its construction, the main alternative to road transport of goods between Bristol and London was a hazardous sea route through the English Channel, where many of the small coastal boats fell prey to storms, privateers, and the French Navy. The canal gradually fell into disuse with the opening of the Great Western Railway in 1841. The latter half of the 20th century saw a move to restore the canal to its former glory. After decades of restoration work, it was fully reopened in 1990 by none other than the Queen herself. And which canal boat was chosen to convey Her Majesty? Why, the Rose of Hungerford, of course. Today, the Kennet and Avon Canal is a popular heritage tourism destination for fishing, walking, cycling, and canal boat cruises. I wasn't content with being just a mere passenger though. I wanted to have a go at driving a canal boat. There are over 100 locks in the canal system, allowing boats to travel from one water level to another. I was about to get up close and personal with some 18th century engineering.
Heavy, huh?
Well. Did you have your porridge too?
10 feet, huh, Pete? To get up from that portion to here, huh? How they thought of this kind of thing. This is a lot of engineering right here. And nowadays, they can do almost an airplane, a car, or anything just by using the computer.
Joy, thank you very much. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Safe journey home.
Okay. Thank you very much for teaching me
You're
how
welcome.
to do this.
Nice to see you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Cheers then.
After the canal excursion, it was time to leave Hungerford and make my way to Leicestershire County to visit my friend Swift. Swift now runs Stapleford Park, an English country sporting estate where we would be staying for the next few days. Along the way, we saw a few interesting sights, such as an abandoned World War II airfield and the famous university town of Oxford. Stapleford Park was an impressive sight from the air, all 500 acres of it. We landed in Sywell Aerodrome, a general aviation airfield that features an Art Deco hotel.
So we paid by credit card. Any credit card will do in the machine. And now it's time to put fuel.
Hi Joy, how are you? It's been a long time.
I know.
Welcome to Stapleford Park.
Thank you. I made it.
You made it, you made it.
Very nice place, Rick.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Right, okay Joy, I know it's 9:30 now, so it's quite late, although it's bright outside. And I know you've had a long journey, so I suggest that you settle down in your rooms. We've got some lovely rooms prepared for you. Have dinner, and we'll catch up again in the morning.
Okay.
All right? Wonderful.
See you then.
The following morning, I got to truly appreciate the opulence of my accommodations. Swift has given me the best suite in the manor, and I was eager to see the rest of it.
Morning, Swift.
Morning Joy. You know, it's a beautiful sunny day in Leicestershire.
Yes, I'm lucky.
You're very lucky. Thank you for bringing the sun.
Of course.
Did you have a good night's sleep?
Yes, I did. The bed was very comfortable. Everything was just right.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. Now, it's a big house. There's a lot of history behind it.
I was getting lost just going for breakfast.
We should have given you a map.
Yes.
Anyway, I'd like to introduce you to Pam.
Okay.
Pam is the host of the house. She knows more about the house than anybody in the whole area.
Hi, Pam.
Very nice to meet you, Joy.
So Pam will take you for a guided tour of the place.
Okay.
If there's anything that you want to know about it, she will be able to tell you.
Okay.
Okay?
This is our main dining room, the Grinning Gibbons dining room, called after the carvings on the mantelpiece, which were done by a very famous English person called Grinning Gibbons, who was renowned for doing very intricate carving. And the other interesting thing about this room is all the ceiling and carvings and decoration were all on the floor above when it belonged to the Sherard family. This is the oldest bit of the house that we can date, because it's got the date on it, saying it was repaired in 1633.
Yes.
So it was older, but it was damaged in a fire. The 6 statues that end are the ones I told you about, which are Abigail's relations, and you can read that William the Conqueror and things underneath them. These are the earlier ones, and the ones with the crossed legs are the gentlemen who've been on crusades. This is a lovely view of the parkland here, which is, and it's just over 500 acres, the parkland here, and it was all laid out by Capability Brown, who was a very famous landscape. You can see from this angle the dates of the different bits of the house, the 2 end bits which were put in about 1780, and the central bit, which was what the Grettons added when they put the ballroom in, and the top 2 floors, which was all one big room when it was a private house. When the church was built, it was built as the church for the main house, and so it has the chapel design with the pews facing inwards, unlike normal English churches where the pews face the altar at the front. You can see from the thing here, they were very keen on having lots of, showing all their children, and they obviously had lots of children in those days, because you can see all the sons and daughters that these people had. And there is a tomb up at the top, was the person that did the repairs for the old wing at the main house. And he's buried here with his wife and all his children, who you can see. Sadly, some of them didn't live very long. This is the inside of the bit of the house with the carvings on the outside. So it's got all the old panelling, hence all the fire doors, which make it difficult when you're showing guests around. And this door is actually just a cupboard. It's not the staff sauna and jacuzzi, sadly. But
They wish.
You can see it, but whether it will come out with the camera is that somebody's carved their name. William Palmer in 1828 and E. Gibson in 1831.
It is a nice pool.
It is, and it was very cleverly put onto the house because it doesn't detract from the architecture. You can still get here in your dressing gown from the bedrooms and look out onto the garden.
Right.
But when you're outside, it doesn't look too out of place.
Doesn't change the whole setting.
No.
What about furniture? I see so many old cabinets, old tables, old chairs.
Yes.
I think original for the time.
Some of them are. Some of the bits belong to the Gretton family, and they have allowed us to store for them here, which is lovely to have them in their original settings. And this is the library where the bar is. When Bob Peyton opened the house as a hotel, he was very keen that it should remain as much like a house as possible, and have the hotel speak to a minimum. So this is very much the library where the bar is, and we don't have a restaurant, we have a dining room, and we have a drawing room rather than a lounge and things. And as befits an old house with so much history as it's had, it's nice that it still retains the atmosphere and as being a house and a home rather than a hotel.
Yes.
Guests can choose from 55 individually designed bedrooms at Stapleford Park, each one with its very own personality. Stapleford Park guests also have access to nearby stables and a polo field. Shriff and I share a passion for horses and airplanes. We met when I purchased his old Cessna 172 in Brunei. We have kept in touch ever since. I was glad Pete and Elaine were here with me for some serious R&R. I needed to get some serious practice at this game of English bowls. Over tea at the patio, Shriff detailed his plans for the following day, a bit of horseback riding and clay shooting. He also suggested I get a chance to take in the surrounding countryside Stapleford style. Coming up on Asian Air Safari.